It's time to check out, are there any good deals for Black Friday 2022? Well, I've already done the looking, and if you want to see what I found already, jump on over here, studiolivetoday.com/gear. That is my gear guide, and that's going to guide you through not only all the gear that I use here in the home and mobile studio, but all of the Black Friday 2022 deal. Yep, look, there they are. You can cut straight to the chase. You can just grab them all right now and be good to go. But we will be going through them in a little bit of detail just to see what is on offer. And the highlight here for this time around is that we do actually have some decent deals. So the last 3 years of Black Fridays have been a little on the light side. We've had a few good deals, but nothing sort of doorbuster kind of standard, mostly because of things like supply chains. A lot of the manufacturers haven't been able to produce enough gear to sell at retail, so why would they discount the price? I don't know. You tell me, 13-year-old Pete, who's about to go through puberty. So that's what we're going to look at here today. We'll get into that in just a moment, but I did just want to let you know that the gear guide already has all this info. So if you're watching on the replay and you're like, cut to the chase, Johns, I just want to get in there and see if there's anything worth spending my hard-earned, that's where you can go there, the gear guide. And over here, all you need to do is, if you want to do your own shopping, we've got all the Amazon Black Friday pages here for the US, Australia, the UK, and Canada, as well as the Sweetwater page. They're all linked there. Those are affiliate links, meaning if you do decide to make a purchase, they will break off a little chunk and send it my way. So thank you for considering using those links. And then I've detailed what I think are, if you're a home studio musician, what I think are some of the best deals. They're all there, ready to go, ready to click. So if you're there in the US, all you need to do is come in here, click on that US button, and boom, you're straight in there. You can take a look at all of the deals. You can even buy some wheelie shoes if you so desire. My children get into my Amazon from time to time, and they put stuff in there. Let's say good day to the folks who are here live before we jump on in and start talking turkey. See what I did there? Gobble, gobble, gobble. And we'll say good day to the fine folks who've joined us live. Hello, Josh Calcutt. Hello to Neither. G'day to Mark Bro. Hello to Jade Star, who's already allocated all of her boyfriend cash. Oh, Black Friday. Gotcha. Yeah, Black Friday cash. Hello to Danny Gable. Hi, hi, hi. Hope you're doing well. We've got Fat Panda Cat, because of course we do. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. I've seen other folks here. We've got Lou Reality Blanket. Hello to Lou Reality as well. Yeah, look, many of you know this already. If you caught GarageBand Weekly, I started sounding a bit like this. I was throwing the throat lozenges in there, and I'm like, hey, folks, I think I might be getting crook. That was Tuesday morning. It is now Saturday morning, and even though that's only 5 days passing in the world, it's been a pretty long 5 days around here because the C word, the P word, don't rate it, don't get it, 0 stars. Let's just say that. Hello, Clayton Von Kluge. G'day, Tremor Bear. Thank you all for checking on in. Now, if you're here on the replay, don't worry. I do love you just as much. And if you've got questions, if there's gear you're considering, if you want to ask me about, then please do drop that down in the comments, because I'll be hanging out down there. Let's be honest. I haven't been able to leave this room for 5 days. I've got nowhere else to go. So I'll be answering your comments if you leave them down there. So feel free to go ahead and do that. All right, should we crack on in? Yeah, let's jump in and start taking a look at some of this gear. Now, the absolute doorbuster, blockbuster deal that I've found so far is on my absolute favorite microphone. And this is, if you are starting out in a home studio and you don't have a microphone, buy this. That's all there is to say. And when it's $100, and even when it was $120, I said buy this. But guess what? The Audio-Technica AT 2020 is currently at the low price of $59 US. And this deal seems to be in the UK as well. It's about 65 quid over there, which is a pretty darn good deal as well. This is, in my opinion, and the opinion of many other home studio folks. You can see I bought it back in 2019. I've been using it ever since. I have it in my hot little hand right now. It is the best all-rounder microphone. Is it going to be the absolute best for every application? No. It is a jack of all trades and a master of some. This is a large diaphragm condenser microphone. You plug it into your audio interface. It does need phantom power, so you do need to be using a mixer or an audio interface that has phantom power. That's 99% of mixers and audio interfaces, let's be honest, these days. So I can't say enough good things about this. And like I said, it's been on my gear guide for over 2 years, and I've owned it all that time, and it keeps doing good things. It's made solidly. It's Audio Technica, so you know it's good. Comes with its little mount there, so that you can put it straight onto your mic stand. I've recorded a lot of the songs that you hear on this channel using just this microphone, and it's great on your acoustic guitars. You can mic up your guitar amp cabs if you want to. You can use it on vocals. It is a condenser mic, so it does mean it will pick up a lot of detail. So if you are someone who has a very loud voice or you have lots of background noise, maybe you'll need to look for a dynamic microphone, say an SM57, SM58, AKG D5. Those aren't on special at the moment, but that one is. So do consider that. I think it's a pretty darn good deal right now. It's actually the best deal on that microphone I've ever seen. Hello to Thomas Christ. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I hope everyone had a good time if you celebrate the holiday. Here in Australia, we don't do the kind family celebration. You know, let's thank the Lord for the harvest, which is apparently what Thanksgiving's all about. But we do the commercialist, capitalist stuff at the other end. We do the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday. Does everyone know the story of Black Friday and Cyber Monday? So Black Friday used to be where you physically had to go to stores and people would line. I think they still do it some places, but it's kind of died. You lined up and you waited for the doors to open, and then it was where doorbuster sale. The term doorbuster sale came from, because people would literally bust down the doors to get in there and trample people, and people died, and people would it was not good. All to get like a $300 TV that was usually $500. It's like, come on, people. We're trying to have a society here. So that was and Cyber Monday was because back in the day, people had such bad internet that they couldn't actually do the online shopping at home on Friday, on Thanksgiving or on the Friday. They waited till they got to the office on Monday where they had good internet, and that's where they did their shopping. So apparently the Monday after Thanksgiving was like the lowest productivity day in America because everyone would go back to the office, jump on the internet, and just start shopping. Hello, the Lily Pillies. I hope you are doing well, my friends over there. Oh, yes, no one escapes. Nobody escapes. I do sound a bit like a supervillain at the moment. Nobody escapes Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I really must, before my voice comes back, I really must record myself some like low-down vocals. Bit of Barry White covers going on. Oh, yeah. Now, if you don't have an audio interface and you are in the market for a microphone, you can also grab the USB version for $79, and that's at both Sweetwater and Amazon in the US. So the only difference between this and the standalone version is you don't need to plug this in. In fact, you can't plug this one into an audio interface. It is USB, which means it has its own built-in audio interface. You just plug and play, or as we said back in the day, plug and pray. Back in Windows 95, when plug and play was invented, we called it plug and pray because Microsoft were like, oh, everything's just plug and play. And you'd plug it in and nothing would happen. And you'd be like, better start praying. I am, mate. I'm somehow 100% better. I don't know if that makes sense. But if I was at 30% yesterday, I'm at 60% today. So that's a good thing. So yeah. There you go. I actually bought the 22. There you go. So Thomas Christ. I mean, come on. If you can't trust a man like with a name like Christ, who can you trust? So yeah, the AT 2020 is just a ridiculous deal. Just to have in your collection, in your mic locker, because it's just a great one. Alrighty, yes, to the TC Arsenal. There you go. Lily Pilly's bought one too. The thing is, it's actually cheaper for me. Like you would have seen there, you would have seen on the page, it's cheaper for me to import one from the US right now than to buy it here. Because even though I would pay $35.50 in shipping, that means I'd still only pay $95. It's a $150 microphone before shipping here in Australia. So, yeah, you can see that sometimes the deals are better even if you have to import them. All those, the gas charges and the mileage aside and the carbon offsets and all that sort of thing. Audio Technica also have a lot of their headphones on good deals at the moment. Now, I use Sennheiser headphones, as you probably know. I talk about them all the time, but a lot of folks love the ATH series, and a lot of the ATH series headphones are on sale, including these ones, which are kind of their flagship, usually $110, at the moment just $63. So if you're in the market for a decent set of professional studio monitor headphones, that is the direction that I would look at the moment. I have used Audio Technica before, and I've used AKG as well. The reason I like Sennheiser is that their cups fit around my ears. I got weird ear shapes, And it's a reason why sometimes you do want to go into the store to try on headphones if you can. Look, I know we're in the COVID world, clearly, but yeah, you might want to go and actually try them on, because I know Jade Star bought some Sennheisers. She didn't like them, didn't suit her head, and everyone's got a different shaped melon, so you want the right headphones for your melon. But some good deals there. Now, I reckon, is it you, Thomas Christ, that has this interface, the Zoom U22, or maybe you have a U44? I'll have a quick drink while you take a look at this little baby. So, if you are in the market for a affordable but high quality interface, the Zoom U series is actually pretty darn cool. You can see there, battery powered or bus powered, means it's great for when you're on the go. You've got XLR and TRS inputs here. It is a 2-channel interface there. You've got your combo jack there, you've got your line input, and you've got your mic or your high Z input on there. You've got your 48 volts, you've got your direct monitoring, you've got your power source, either battery or from USB, which is pretty cool. It's a great little unit. And yes, your outputs are only RCA, so you don't get balanced output. So that's probably the downside. But at $100, I don't know that I'd recommend picking these up, because for $100 you can get something like a Focusrite Solo or a Scarlett UR12. Not much more than that. But at $50, my goodness, if you were getting into mobile recording, anyone out there that doesn't have an audio interface, or maybe you're just using a USB mic at the moment, I would totally check this one out, because Zoom, I use a Zoom. You're hearing me through a Zoom LiveTrak at the moment. Zoom is my mixer that I use, and they make good quality gear. They're not top of the market, but they're definitely not yet Behringer at the bottom of the market. So for $50, rather than getting yourself something like a Behringer UM22, which is not going to be great for you, get yourself something like this, the Zoom U22 handy audio interface. They pack a wallop. You got the U24. Yeah, so the U24 is just the model up, and I think it just has a second stereo output. So I think it's 2 input, 4 output, whereas this is 2 input, 2 output. So it just means you get the extra output. So yeah, but Thomas has the U24. And they're my old headphones, served me well for many years. There you go. AT headphones are great, and that price is a steal. There you go. And there you go, Mark. See, we got. This is the good thing. This is why we do these shows live, because you got quality people giving you recommendations. What I don't do, I've been watching the Black Friday shows, and it's actually quite amusing. Look, I don't like to to look down on other people, but there's some less than reputable folks out there doing these sort of shows where it's like a home shopping network show where they're just like, oh, let's see, oh, this looks good, this might be okay. I'm like, no, unless I've used it or I know people that use it and it's a trusted brand, I'm not going to throw it out there. I'm not going to tell you to buy some $20 USB microphone that's down from apparently $70. It's a no brand that I've never heard of, because you're not going to get good value. You're not going to get good performance out of that. So it is not good. What does that have for input and output? Oh, the U24. I think it's the same, Leela, but Tom can answer that one. I think it's just got the XLR TRS combo and then a separate TS 1/4-inch jack. But yeah, again, if you're recording just a guitar and mic, or two line level and one guitar, you'd be golden with that. Less than reputable. That's a nice way of saying dodgy brothers. Now, the next item we have here is no longer a deal. I've just looked at it. But the PreSonus audio box. So if you're looking for a next level up, this was $79. Looks like they may have sold out because it's not showing it there at the moment. But you can usually get these at a good price most of the year round. Look at that one. Yeah, so the Audio i1 is $70. The 2 preamp one is usually around the about $100. So that one was at $80 before. Oh, actually, that one is, oh, there you go. That reckons it's the i2 is usually too. It's not really, but $100 is still pretty good for that. So yeah, PreSonus. I use PreSonus monitor speakers. PreSonus do make good quality audio interfaces as well. Hello to Gregory O'Sullivan. G'day to you. I hope you are well. I watched the channel and it was like watching QVC, complete with shameless plug. Yeah, look, I'm not saying I'm not above shameless plug, and it's a good time to mention to you, as I did at the start, that the links that I'm recommending here in the gear guide are affiliate links, which means if you do make a purchase from the links in the description or that I show you here today, they will break off a small chunk and send it to me. And you'll find that in the description of everything I do. And this is not sponsored by anyone or anything but me, but part of the reason that I can do this job full time is that I recommend products. nice. And when you folks buy them, it does provide a stream of income for me, so to speak. So I do appreciate it. Let's grab our next item, shall we? This one is actually pretty darn cool. I have been recommending these. Jade talked about them. Jade uses some quality ones. I'm actually still using dodgy ones. Thankfully, mine don't squeak, but you can see me moving it here right now. Okay, it squeaks a little bit. It's my boom arm, and I'm probably due for an upgrade. But I'm using this one is the Niwa brand boom arm, and I pay about 25 to 30. I've bought two of them. I'm on my second one because the first one I used so much. Eventually, the springs that you see here, they wear out and they go away. But so I'm in the market for another one. I may indeed pick one of these up myself. But this is a good deal right now. So normally $19 US, 33% off. They're $12.63. And look, very simple design, as you can see here. It's just a two things sitting there. You've got your springs on the end. It clamps onto a flat surface. Your mic clip goes on the end there, and then you're away. And the reason I love these is they're just so much more versatile. If you're an acoustic guitarist, if you're doing live work like this, if you're doing vocals, it's just so much easier to have this. You can push it out of the way, but leave it there. And then when you want to use it, you just grab it and yank it and pull it up. As opposed to like a standalone stand or a folding stand or a tripod stand. I don't know. As soon as I got one of these, I've just been using them forever. I love them. There's a whole bunch of different ones, but this Niwa are kind of that in-between brand. They're not absolutely dirt cheap, but they're not super expensive and high quality either. So it won't last you forever, but it'll do a good job. There you go. That's the sort of setup. So that's exactly what mine looks like. I have it clipped to the desk, and it's just sitting here, and it does its thing, and it works well. And you'll probably get a good couple of years out of it. And for about $12, you really can't go wrong with that. And I know a lot of people that I've put onto using a boom arm stand. You never go back. You never go back and go back to the standalone stands because they're just so clunky. They fall over, and you've got a heavy microphone on there, and then you've got to put a wheat bag on the other side, and it's a mess. Hello from Northern Ireland. We got a lot of Irish, Scottish, Welsh, UK folks. A lot of folks from up that way. I don't know. I've just generalised like 4 completely different areas. I know people are just like, oh, y'all are from like Great Britain. It's all England, isn't it? It's like, oh my goodness, no, please don't say that. Don't walk up to someone from Northern Ireland or Wales and say, oh, you're from England, are you? But we all do it from time to time. I'd buy 3/4 of the stuff in your description if I, right now, yeah, yeah. Look, there's so much stuff out there, and again, don't buy everything. You don't have to buy everything. But you'll notice that there's no, like the Shure SM7B is on sale at the moment. It's only $359. Down from $399. Why am I not mentioning that? Because if you're in the market for a Shure SM7B, you know who you are, and you're going to go buy a Shure SM7B. But this is more for folks who are, you're setting up a home studio, maybe you've got some basics and you're upgrading, or you're just like me. I'll probably just grab a couple of boom arms to put in storage so that when this one meets its fate in a year's time, I've got another one to throw on there. We'll see how we go. As the show goes on, I'm going to sound more like this because I'll lose it. Yeah, the flex arm. You've got to go the arm. Go the arm. It's very, very cool. All right. Yeah, Thomas Christ has one. I just bought a 24-inch monitor at 39% off. Great deal. That's the other thing. Good point here, Bear. And yeah, I'll mention that here. If you need anything like microphone stands, USB hubs, power bricks, extension leads, cables, anything like that, guitar strings, there are a heap of deals at the moment. So don't just go looking for specific items. But if you're like, oh, I wonder if there's any deals on this, a lot of them are kind of hidden in the weeds, and that's why I've set it up here so that if you want to just go shopping, just come in through here. It would really mean a lot to me if you just come in through here, click the button there, and then you can go again. You can go and have a look at everything. So Anchor, for instance, Anchor makes some really good quality stuff. And if you just need yourself, like some new wall warts or some new Anchor cables, some lightning cables, some USB-C cables, they're actually cheaper now than they usually are. And that's not something that you're not going to buy anyway. So yeah, if you're buying your gear and you do it through the gear guide, I would really appreciate you. I have to be careful. Weirdly, I have to be careful how I say that. Because I can tell you that there are affiliate links and I'll get paid a commission. But what I can't specifically say, due to the terms of service of Amazon, I can't specifically say, you will be supporting me by buying through here, or can you please buy through here so that you can support me? Even though inherently you will, I can't say it, and I definitely can't put it in my description. So that's why you'll see in descriptions, it'll say really legally stuff like a commission may be paid to me if you do this. It doesn't say like, thanks for supporting, because, yeah, it's against the terms of service. All right, let's have another, let's go back and have another look at our next bit of gear. We're here for a good time, not a long time, people, because as you can hear, the voice is not going to hold out. If you do want an actual traditional stand, this one looks the goods. I use these sort of stands with the tripod at the bottom because they are more stable. The ones with a base I find fall over a lot, so I always look for a tripod stand, and this is just one I found that's 36% off, $25 for a decent looking mic stand there. It's got a decent extension on there with the boom arm as well. Looks like it folds up pretty nicely. Microphone stands are tough because unless you can actually go and try them out, you won't know how heavy they are, you won't know how heavy duty they are. Yeah, so it's a little bit tricky with that. I would still recommend going into a store and trying out a mic stand and probably paying a little bit more than $25. But if you have none and you just need one to get started, that's a good deal for you there. And again, these are all over at the Gear Guide. If you go to studiolivetoday.com/gear, right there, that's where I am. Alrighty, next up we talked about Anchor. But this is Atola. Atola also have a lot of their gear on sale. Now this, I know that I've seen Patrick and I've seen Jade using with their Mac Minis. They've gone the next level. They've gone with the whole base station, like a docking station with all the ports, the port replicator, and the drive storage and all that sort of stuff. If, like me, you're a bit more povo, and I use that term politely because, we've got to save some coin, you want to get something like this. This is just a must-have in your setup. So just grab one of these. This is the 7-port model. This is the one that I've legitimately got plugged in right now that's running my webcam, it's running my mixer, it's running a whole lot of the USB gear. The beauty of this is that it powers up all of your gear, and then it plugs into your Mac or your PC or your iPad or your iPhone. It means that your device doesn't have to power your gear. Your gear is separately powered, and that can cause a lot of problems. When you've got your stuff plugged directly into even a Mac or a PC that's got a decent power supply, it is still draining power. And the fluctuation of that power can cause you problems. So my recommendation is always grab yourself a powered USB hub, plug all your gear into that, plug that into one USB port that's just going to send the data, and then all of the power is taken care of by a separate power supply coming directly through the hub, and then you're good to go. So yeah, if you don't want to go and buy the full kit and caboodle, go with something like that. The Anchor and Atola brand ones are my general go-tos. Alrighty, if I won $1 billion lottery tomorrow, I'll set you your own brand new studio. Thank you, my friend. It is weird. Like, I have considered upgrading my studio more over time, but I don't tend to want to. Obviously, I'm in a bedroom studio here. I'm in a home studio. If I started upgrading my gear too much, I don't know, I get to the point where I'm like everyone else. I kind of like the forcing myself to do things with less. I don't know. Does that make me weird? Maybe. Clayton says, I got that powered USB hub from Pete's recommendation a while ago, and I use it up to this very day. Yep, exactly. Exactly. It is just a must-have for your studio. It'll never not be useful to have. And the Atola ones, I've used Belkit in the past. I've used other ones. I still do use the Tendac here, which is the one I originally recommended, and that still works a treat. But the good things with those ones is they have that smart charge power point at the front too. So it's got a power-only port on there too. Now, let's jump over to Sweetwater for a moment, and I'm just going to put this on the screen. If you haven't seen this, if you don't follow me on the social medias, and you should, I'm going to put this on the screen while I have a drink. Take a look at that. $19, $100 off. Was $119, now $19. So I asked about this. I asked around and found out about this. This is the TC Helicon Go Solo audio MIDI interface for mobile devices. As we'll wait. See, look, not only am I having problems with the voice, but now my internet has just decided to reduce its speed. We'll just wait for that to pop back up here. The joy of live. Okay, we're back. So this is like an iRig Pro IO, but it's made by TC Helicon. And I didn't know much about this company, but my friend Patrick at the GarageBand Guide said these are kind of owned by the same major group that Behringer are associated with. So is the quality going to be amazing? Up to the level of like an IK multimedia product? Probably not. But it's basically the exact same specs as an iRig Pro IO, which is $100, but it's 20. And I know a lot of people have already picked these up because look at this. Like you get all the cables, just like the iRig. You get all the different cables that you need. Looks like you get like a weird extension cable there for your USB, but that's okay. But it's a channel. It's an interface. Like you've got your combo jack there with your XLR and your TRS. You've got your volume, your gain control there. You've got your microphone, not your microphone, your headphone jack with your level control. You've got USB plug in there. You can even have DC power. It's kind of ridiculous. Like for $20, it's a little bit ridiculous. So again, if you are starting out, you've kind of got two options here. You can spend $50 and get the U22, the Zoom interface, or for $20, you can get yourself something with phantom power. So here's the weird thing. Right now, for $80, you could buy yourself an audio interface and an AT2020. Like $80, you can have a studio kitted out. Like you can plug that into your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, your PC, and be recording tomorrow for $80. It's kind of ridiculous. So again, I do not vouch. This is one of the few that I do not vouch for the quality of. I have not tried it, but again, some people who have say it's good. Yeah, I think they do. They make a lot of stuff for like voice processing and that sort of thing, I believe. But yeah, and Mark has heard good things about that one. So yeah, it's weird. We'll see. So we'll see if anything comes of that. If someone buys one and lets me know, because I've put the word out. I've said someone buy one. I actually had shout out to Doug Kidder, who actually offered to buy me one and sent it over. And I said, Doug, that's a super sweet offer. It would probably cost you about $35 in shipping to send it to me. So no, I said that's fine. I'm sure someone in the US within the community will buy one. They'll try it out. They'll tell us what it's like. And I think that this is probably just an overstock thing. They probably just have 1,000 in a warehouse out the back and want to get rid of them. And it's a clearance product. So, yeah, we'll see. And there is a twin as well, but that's probably going to be, yeah. You would not buy the twin at $119. Just buy two of the regulars. Maybe not. But, yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. Mark said a shipping error from Amazon. Ordered the Atola 7, and they gave you the 12. That's a win. There's a big win right there for Mark. Well done. Well done, my friend. Gotta love that. Hello, Princess LGG. Thank you for being here. You're better? I'm better. Yes, I'm getting there. As you can tell, I can speak. Yesterday, I simply would not have been able to do the show. So I'm on the mend. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. Better not sing though. Let's go to our next item. This one's pretty cool. This is a good deal on this. So if you want sort of next level gear, so I've just sort of joked, but you literally could for either $130 if you went the Zoom and the Audio Technica, you could set yourself up, or for $80 if you went that TC Helicon. But if you actually wanted to go with something like the Focusrite, around this time of year, these bundles, so Steinberg do a bundle like this and Focusrite do a bundle like this. These are not the best of anything. Because the Focusrite Solo is a great interface like that. That's probably one of the best sort of entry-level home studio interfaces. This condenser mic is good. These headphones are good. I've used similar bundles before, and they're good. They're not amazing, but they're good. But this is a great entry-level. Like if I had someone that was, say, they were a 15-year-old, and they were a guitarist and a singer, or they were just a rapper and making beats, I would say to them, and Christmas was coming up, I'm like, I'm buying you this. I don't care if you want some weird thing that I don't understand. I'm buying you this because this is going to set you up and get you started. And this will last you a couple of years. When I started out, I bought something similar to this. It was a microphone, the Samson CO1, and a pair of Samson headphones. And at that time, I then went out and bought first a very cheap Tascam interface, and then I bought a Steinberg UR12. That was my sort of introduction. But yeah, that microphone, that Samson mic and those Samson headphones lasted me a good couple of years and created some good songs. If you've ever heard my family EP, that was all recorded using that gear. So there's good stuff out there. And if you were doing that, then you'd be good to go. Yeah, no, look, and I'm not pushing it. I'm honest. This is why. So tomorrow, my happy hour is going to be a pre-record. I'm not singing. And once I do this show, which will be about 40 minutes, then I'm not talking for the rest of the day. I'm off duty. I'm resting. I'm taking my own advice and doing this. All righty. Let's grab the next one. We've got a couple more to go here. Just a couple more little bits and pieces. So this is my monitor speakers. Yeah. So I use the PreSonus Iris. I think, was it you, Mark Bro? I'll let you have a look at those. We'll have a drink. I think it was Mark that got these originally. A bunch of other people got them. I got a pair because I just couldn't believe that they were this good and this cheap. So I actually have the 3.5s. These are the 4.5s with Bluetooth, and they're 150. So for 100, you can usually get the Iris, PreSonus Iris 3.5s. They're fantastic. They do the job. If I was buying right now, though, with this deal, if I wanted monitor speakers, these are amazing. So you get the Bluetooth and you get the slightly larger, and they're a near field monitor, which means they're great for mixing, great for referencing your mixes, and just an amazing price, $150 down from $200. And you can see there, 4.5 stars. They are amazing little speakers. So I would highly recommend that one. Absolutely. Yep. That was you, and you really can't go wrong. And the good thing about PreSonus Iris is that there's a whole range of them. So if you came in here, if you wanted the absolute cheapest ones that I have, the E3.5s, they're these ones, and they're still just $99.95 or $119 for the Bluetooth version. So that's for one. What? Oh, that's a 5. That was the 5.25 inch. Hang on. It's these ones. All right, they don't have the price on them at the moment. Out of stock. Well, there you go. Well, you can't buy the 3.5, so you'll just have to upgrade and get the 4.5s there. Gregory as well. There you go. Had the Iris recommended. Yeah, so there's a good. Yamaha make good monitors as well, as do KRK. I've actually got a pair of KRK rockets here. If anyone's in the Adelaide area and wants to buy some KRK rockets going cheap, probably about $100, I'll sell them to you because I don't use them anymore. They're the Rocket 4s, I think, or the 5s. I can't remember. They're good, but I just don't use them. So let me know. The last thing I wanted to mention here, and I've realized I don't actually have the link in there properly. If I looked at my page here, I'm going to have to fix up this link, aren't I? So I'm just going to search them anyway. I think it was on Sweetwater. So let's just go back to. I'm clicking the wrong buttons here. Did I mention Foggy Brain? Yeah. So we'll go back to the gear guide. Dun. There we go. So if we go in here to Sweetwater, because there's a lot of very cool guitar strings. Unfortunately, we don't have what I use. We don't have the elixirs on sale at the moment, but there's always a lot of good deals on Ernie Ball. So if we look at for the Slinkies, you can usually get yourself some great deals on some packs of Slinkies. So yeah, you got some really good deals there on your Slinkies right across Sweetwater, and I think it was the same at Amazon. I think Amazon had 4 packs of Slinkies for like what, $18.99, I think it was. So if we come in here and we go to Slinky, is it going to find it if I just do Slinky? It's going to find a Slinky. That's hilarious. I love it. There they are. So there's your super Slinkies that you can grab there right now for just $18.99. And again, only $10 shipping to Australia. That's definitely a lot cheaper than I can buy. And you can see here I've actually bought it. I bought these back in 2019. So I'm probably due to buy another set soon. But yeah, I use Ernie Ball Slinkies on my electrics, and I use the elixirs on my acoustics because, I don't know, once you find something that works, for me, I just stick to it. So that's how we go. So that's all I wanted to put out there here today. I didn't want to go into a big, long diatribe and spend too long going into all the details. There's a lot out there. Don't buy what you don't need. Don't regret it later. You don't need everything. As Jade says with apps, they're not Pokemon. You don't have to collect them all. You don't have to have a mic locker with every variation of every microphone. And once you've got 1 or 2 pairs of headphones, that's probably enough. And audio interfaces, you can generally only have one plugged in at once. So Don't be like me and have 7 of them. Really got to start paring down some of my old gear. But it is a good time to look around. And like I say, it's a great stock up time. So if you are going to, in the next 6 months, buy strings, cables, USB cords, hubs, adapters, that's the sort of stuff that you'll be surprised. Every time you go in there, it'll be, 15% off Anchor, 20% off Atola. You'll just find all these little things. And if you're going to get that stuff, give yourself a Christmas stocking. Stuff it full of boring cables. But then when it hits January, February, March, when nothing's on sale, you'll be happy you did. Alrighty. The voice is going down. So we are going to finish up pretty soon. If anyone has any final comments or questions or tips, please throw them here right now. There you go. Yes, exactly. And I was about to mention that. Sorry. Got sidetracked. I started talking about Jade and apps, and then I meant to say this, that Jade covered all the apps. I didn't touch, there were too many apps. I didn't touch the apps this year. Jade did such a stellar job that it's not worth me even taking a look. But who did we have? We had Nembrini on sale. Pretty sure Clevgrander got some on sale. There's just so many apps that are on sale at the moment. So just go to the App Store or use, I can't remember the name of the site now, the app one. Go to Jay's show and you'll be able to see all of the apps that are on sale. And a lot of this stuff, the final thing I'll say is a lot of this stuff is still on sale for another about 2 or 3 days. So most of it goes through till at least the 27th, if not the 28th or 29th of November. So as much as a lot of places will say, hurry, stocks are limited, rush in, you don't have to rush. Sit back, browse, grab a beverage, enjoy yourself, and just do that. Hydrate. Got to hydrate, absolutely. What I need and what I want is a fine line. There you go, Amazon Canada, you get an $80 rebate on the Zoom LiveTrak L8. I didn't mention this, but I will, because, a lot of places, the Zoom LiveTrak L8, which is the mixer that I use, it's a great mixer. I know Thomas Christ has one now. Look, it doesn't have the bells and whistles. It's not for if you want something like a Stream Deck, or if you want to something like the Pod. What's the other one? Okay, it's gonna be like this for a few weeks, folks. Strap in, get ready. If you want something that's more interactive, it's not for that. But if you're a basic bee like me, and you just want 8 channels, you want real faders, you want quality controls, Zoom LiveTrak is great. And 4 different outputs, like multiple headphone outs. Really good for mix minus stuff. It is really cool. So Mark's put us onto this over here in Canada. So if you are Canadian, the Zoom LiveTrak LA. And look, the thing is, it was $399 US. It went up to $449, and now it's back to $349 US. So Thomas, I hope you bought it in the $349 or at least the $399, because I know it's sort of yo-yoed up and down a little bit. But here for Canada, that is a great deal for Canada, because Canadians like us pay a little bit extra in the old exchange rate. So that's a really good deal for Canada. Wow, I got through, that was pretty good. 37 minutes, my first cough. That was not the case yesterday, I can assure you. It was happening a lot more than that. All right, yeah, please give me a like. I'm going hard. I'm doing my very best. Thank you. All right, Riffer is the other one that a lot of folks are talking about. Yeah, I've heard too many good things about Riffer. I need to try it eventually. But I'm lazy, and now I'm even lazier. It's not going to help me. War Trooper on sale for $2.99. Yeah, there's so many good stuff. Hello, Robert. If I didn't say hello to you before, hope you are well. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up if you thumbs up for that. Yeah, LiveTrak. The LiveTrak L8 is a good deal indeed. And I dig it. I use it and I dig it. And I have considered upgrading, but I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm too old and too lazy, and I just want to use what I know. Is anyone getting that way? Like, this is going a little bit off topic, and we will finish off in 1 second, but my daughter has my old iPhone XS, and it's developed that awesome, bright green line down the middle, and now there's a second bright green line. So, yeah, she's on her way to the Apple store today to be told that it's going to cost $465, because I know how these things work, and it will be a screen replacement. It'll be $465. And I've said to her, yeah, don't do that. If they can fix it for cheaper, or there's just some little thing that's gone wrong, then it's a couple of $100, do that, but not $465, which is the screen replacement cost through Apple. Yeah, I've forgotten my point with that. My point is that I like things the way they are because I'm already thinking, oh, well, I'm only 2 months out of my contract. So then what if I upgrade to an iPhone 14 and then I'll give her my iPhone 12 Pro and then I'm like, do I really want her having my iPhone 12 Pro? Like 512 gig of, oh, yeah, we'll see. Tell her to cry. It often works. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, she's 12, 13 years old. It's her first phone, so yeah, maybe I'll just text her and say if you put a waterworks on, it might be good. Or just drop my name. Yeah, just walk in there and just go, I'm Pete John's daughter. What do you think about that? And they're like, oh, well, for you it'll be $200 more because that guy's a wanker. No, maybe not. All right, but yeah, I'm already pre-sad about having to move to a new phone. It's why I haven't bought a PlayStation 5, people, because I don't want to go to the effort of having to set up a new gear. Why haven't I bought a new TV in like 8 years? I know I should get a 4K TV. No, I do have a 4K. I know I should get like a full 8K, LED TV, but I can't be asked. I don't want to go through the effort of changing my setup once I've got in my little zone. For someone who likes change, I sure don't like change sometimes. All right. We have tomorrow's show. Normally I do a happy hour. As you can hear by my voice, just 40 minutes of talking. No. So an hour of singing. Definitely no. So what I've done is I've gone through the archives over the last few years and all of the 90s tunes. Here, I'm going to share this in the chat right now. All of the 90s tunes that I've played over the last 3 years, I've collated the best of the best, and I've put them all into a 1 hour little bundle, and we'll be premiering that tomorrow at the usual happy hour time. So jump on over there, set yourself a reminder, and join the happy hour. We've got some Smashing Pumpkins, we've got Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Green Day, frickin' Soundgarden, like all of your favourites, as well as a few kind of out there 90s tunes that you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this. So that should be a lot of fun, and I'll get to sit back and be in the chat for a change and have some fun with you folks and have a beverage hopefully by then. It has been a good thing. I haven't had a drink in like a week, so that's got to be good for the health. Unfortunately, the one thing they don't tell you about this insipid disease is it doesn't do anything to your appetite. At least it didn't do for me. So I've been eating more and not exercising at all. So yay, joy. Joy for me. So I'm just like, oh, can't it just be something that makes you stop eating? Why does it have to have all these other symptoms? I don't know. All right, quick final drink and then we'll say our farewells. Yes, I'll definitely be resting the voice. And yes, a bit of a 90s retrospective. I will go and get myself some rest. Can't go wrong with 90s. Absolutely. 90s for the win. I said that to my folks. It's funny because I said to my mum, I'll tell you this quick anecdote and then I'll bugger off. I said to my mum the other day, I'm like, it's funny, whenever I do a happy hour show, when it's a show that has some 60s, 70s, 80s, some stuff that I know that they like, or some of my original stuff, I'll always get a message straight afterwards going, oh, great happy hour, Pete. That's my mum impression. Great happy hour, Pete. And then when I do a show that's like all Pearl Jam special, it'll just be radio silence, and I'll just be like, oh, you're such a polite mum. It's like you don't say, oh, didn't really like that one. It's just like, I know that when mum does like it, she'll tell me, and when it's not for her, she won't, which is fine. Everyone should be like my mum. If everyone just scrolled past, when you don't like it, scroll past. You don't have to hit the thumbs down. You don't have to tell people how much you hate things. You can just scroll past. So be like Jill and just scroll past. I'm going to leave you with that one here today. All right, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to go away and hit the lozenges, hit the water, and rest. I've got a Willy Wonka afternoon because one of my daughters is also under the weather. So we're going to sit down and watch both of the Willy Wonka movies. We're going to toss a coin to see whether it's Depp or Wilder first. So that's how we're rocking around here at the moment. It's all excitement, isn't it? But once again, before we go, please jump on down to the Gear Guide. Again, as much as I'm not allowed to tell you exactly how much it helps, because Amazon tell me I can't, I really do appreciate it, because those are affiliate links there. And even if you're just going through and buying your nappies or buying... It's the weirdest things that I get through those affiliate links. Someone like, one day I'll do a show, because it doesn't tell me who bought it. But one day I'll take you there. In fact, I might do a Patreon show on that soon. You join the Patreon too, where you can see what people have bought. Man, it's weird. They go in there on a link for a microphone, and then they come out buying like a 12-pack of adult-sized baby bonnets. And you're like, wow, there's some interesting folks around. Hi, TJ. Bye, TJ. Well, we're just finishing up. All right, thanks everyone for being here. Please Be kind to yourselves this week. Be kind to others. Stay healthy. Mask up if you have to. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.